Welcome back to our channel, where we're breaking down one of the most intense races of the season, the Italian Grand Prix at Monza. McLaren's strategy, or lack thereof, left fans and drivers alike questioning if the team has what it takes to fight for the F1 title. Did the Papaya Rules backfire? Could McLaren have managed the race better to give Lando Norris the advantage he desperately needs in the championship? Let's jump into the key moments that shaped this dramatic race and its impact on the 2024 F1 season. McLaren's strategy during the Italian Grand Prix at Monza has raised questions about the team's ambitions and the harmony within their driver lineup. The situation on track and the decisions made by the pit wall during the race have fueled debate among fans and pundits alike. At the heart of the controversy is Lando Norris and Oscar Piastri. Earlier in the season, team engineer Will Joseph had emphasized the importance of teamwork, telling Norris, "You're going to need Oscar, and you're going to the team to win the championship." However, during the race in Monza, those words seemed distant as Norris had to brake hard to avoid a collision with his teammate, who pulled off an aggressive overtake at the Roggia chicane. McLaren left Monza with both drivers on the podium, yet questions lingered about their decision not to ask Piastri to yield second position to Norris, a move that could have gained Norris crucial points in his pursuit of championship leader Max Verstappen. This hesitation is particularly striking as Red Bull's dominance this season seems to be faltering. Some feel McLaren's reluctance to fully back Norris was a missed opportunity, especially given how tightly contested the drivers' championship has become. The term Papaya Rules first emerged during the Monza weekend, referring to McLaren's internal guidelines for managing its drivers on track. Team boss Andrea Stella and CEO Zak Brown described it as a directive to race sensibly and avoid incidents. However, after Sunday's race, it became apparent that the interpretation of these rules might not have been clear-cut. Piastri's aggressive approach contrasted with Norris' more cautious driving, leaving the British driver feeling exposed to a risky pass that could have ended both their races. Zak Brown later described Piastri's move as nerve-wracking from the pit wall, and it's easy to understand why. Piastri's overtake was masterful but fraught with risk, especially considering he was overtaking his teammate, who is vying for a championship. It was a move that left Norris questioning whether he had been too lenient in leaving space for Piastri, acknowledging after the race that if he had braked just a meter later, both cars could have been taken out. The incident has forced McLaren to reflect on their race strategy. While the team did well to maintain a strong performance against Ferrari and secure both drivers on the podium, they were left to wonder what might have been if the first lap had unfolded differently. Charles Leclerc's victory for Ferrari was a highlight for the home crowd, but McLaren's inability to manage the situation between their drivers may have cost them a chance at a better result. The broader question that now faces McLaren is whether they should implement clearer team orders going forward. The team has already hinted that changes to their rules of engagement will be reviewed ahead of the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. But it's a tricky balance. On one hand, Norris is a clear contender for the championship, while on the other, Piastri is a young driver with immense potential, and demoting him to a supporting role could damage his morale and future prospects with the team. This dilemma is not new to Formula One. Teams often struggle to manage two highly talented drivers, and McLaren is no different. While Norris is more consistent, both he and Piastri have the makings of future world champions. For McLaren, asking Piastri to step aside and play second fiddle with 9 races still to go could create tension and jeopardize their long-term vision. Piastri himself seemed unwilling to entertain the idea of team orders when asked about it after qualifying, responding with an icy demeanor. Adding to the complexity is Piastri's manager, Mark Webber, a former F1 driver who experienced his own team orders controversy with Sebastian Vettel at Red Bull. Webber is well aware of how such situations can impact a driver's career. It's likely that Webber is advising Piastri to resist any notion of playing a secondary role. McLaren, a team that has only recently returned to regular competitiveness after years of struggle, now finds itself in a precarious position. They've seen firsthand how dominance in Formula One can slip away, and with other teams making gains, there's no guarantee that their current run of form will continue. That's why their decision not to better manage the race at Monza has puzzled many. With Red Bull showing signs of vulnerability, McLaren may have missed a vital chance to close the gap further in the championship standings. As the paddock turns its attention to the next race in Baku, McLaren will have to confront the growing tension between their drivers and make critical decisions about how they handle future races. The review of the Papaya Rules will likely involve a more detailed and specific approach to avoid misinterpretations like those seen at Monza. McLaren team principal Andrea Stella emphasized that they are serious about pursuing the championship with Norris, but will need to balance that with fair treatment for Piastri. Ultimately, McLaren's handling of this situation will be under intense scrutiny as the season progresses. Whether they can manage their driver lineup without fracturing the team's harmony will be key to their success in both the Drivers' and Constructors' Championships. The battle between Norris and Piastri is just beginning, and McLaren's decisions in the coming weeks could define the trajectory of their season and possibly their future. And there you have it. McLaren's high-stakes gamble at Monza has left everyone talking. As we look ahead to the next race in Baku, one thing is clear: McLaren needs to get their strategy right if they want to stay in the title hunt. What do you think? Did the team make the right call, or should they have backed Norris for the win? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more in-depth F1 news and analysis. See you at the next Grand Prix.